folks, it's The Red, and welcome to the final part of Let's Play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES. Yeah, we're already pretty much at the end of the game here. We are now in Area 5, Shredder's base in the South Bronx. And as we have a look at the map, it's basically just one big open area with 5 levels in it. And as Splinter is saying, find the way to the underground Technodrome. That is our goal in this area. There are 3 sewers that could lead us to where the Technodrome is, and the Technodrome will actually appear in one of those sewers randomly every time you play the game. So every time you come here, there's no telling where you might need to go. Again, artificial difficulty. No 2 playthroughs are ever the same. But before we start doing that, we've got some goodies that we need to collect in these warehouses. Figured I'd show those off as well. Some interesting enemy types we're encountering here, like some kind of wall-crawling creepazoids, as Michelangelo would put it. Sort of like spiders in a way. We're going to be seeing a lot of interesting enemy types in this playthrough, let me tell you. Actually, before we go up, we should go see what's down here. Because as we head down in this direction, there's some free boomerangs. And what's really good about this is that you can go up here, then back down, and they come back! So you can literally give yourself as many boomerangs as you want. But Michelangelo has plenty as it is, but if I wanted to give my turtles any more boomerangs, that would be the way to do it. Anyway, these spider-like enemies here are very tough to beat. Normally they take 2 hits from Leonardo or Michelangelo's weapons, so these guys could give you a run for your money if you're not using Raph or Donatello. But the thing that they're guarding is well worth the effort, as you will soon see. Now, climb just a little ways over this way, then... Oop, didn't mean to fall off there. Yeah, climb a little ways to the right, then back to the left, so that you're going up this ladder. That way you can scroll these enemies in such a way that it will make them easier to beat, once they close in on you like that. Ugh, get away. Anyway, up here we'll find ourselves some ninja scrolls. And if you leave the warehouse and then come back, those ninja scrolls will come back, so using this method you can actually accumulate as many ninja scrolls as you want. And if we continue in this direction, there's more goodies to be had over here, but this is going to be much harder to get to. Because of that bird. Okay, yeah, there's a whole pizza in that direction, but I never go for it because it's in way too hard of a place to get to. We're actually going to be addressing that right now. The thing with those ladders is, you can climb to the top of them and you can walk across them, but as soon as you take damage or jump, you'll fall right through it and down to the next screen. But anyway, heading over to the lower warehouse, there's just a few enemies to get past here, and one of these guys, and there's a half pizza. And as we make our way up, we can actually find some more pizza if you want to. Really, you could just go for the half pizza, leave, and then come back. And that would probably be the easiest way to get your turtles healed. Oh, and I love how they throw this half slice of pizza at you. At this point in the game, enemies can do that much damage to you, so it restores a trivial amount of health. Anyway, we'll go ahead and use this whole pizza to top off Leo. And that's pretty much all there is to see in this building. Oh, but I thought I saw some rocks there at the beginning. Maybe we should go have a look at that. Be wary of these birds, they like to drop rocks on you. Anyway, heading on down here. I bet they're hiding something pretty nice down here. Watch out for these spikes. Ugh. Whatever's down here better be worth it. What? How do you like that? A dead end. Absolutely no reason to come down here. How do you like that? Nothing of value whatsoever. Massive waste of time. I am sorry to have brought you down here, folks. I thought there was going to be something cool, and there wasn't. So sorry about it. Anyway, Gonna go ahead and get my turtles healed up real quick. Thanks once again to the magic of video editing. So now that everyone's rocking a full health bar, it's time to make our way to the Technodrome. Now, like I said, there are 3 sewers that could lead us to where it is. Here's one of them. There's another one right below it. And if we follow the railroad tracks... By the way, if you step into any of these searchlights, they'll just send a foot soldier after you. They're easy enough to beat. Anyway, here's where the other sewer is. We're going to start with this one, because this is where I usually start. This is the largest level of the 3. So, if it is this one, I'd rather have it out of the way now. And we're going to be running into a lot more interesting enemy types, and all of them are quite durable. Your standard weapons really aren't going to be of much help in this area. So, Ninja Scrolls are your friend here. Ooh, that was good. Alright, let's see what we can do with Mike through this area. It's usually a good idea to avoid conflict if you can, and try and scroll some of these enemies off screen if possible. Just like that. Just do what your buddy did there, bud. Come on, you can do it. Come on, big jump. You did it! Good idea to get a special weapon ready for this next part. The hedgehog here would be all too happy to ram you, just like that. Ugh. Of course, if you can, just get him to scroll off screen. I'm gonna wait for this, spin-balling ant thing to move off to the left before I try and go across. Ow! This part can be quite difficult. Like I said, the enemies here are quite durable, and they can do pretty hefty damage. Except for these jellyfish things, they don't ever seem to do very much damage. Anyway, here's one of the possible places where the Technodrome could be, and it is this time. Surprised I got on my first try, but yeah. Like I said, it could randomly appear in any of those sewers, so there was an even chance that this could have been a dead end. Anyway, this is our boss, the Technodrome Guardian. There are 5 bits of defense going on for this thing, and to make things easier on us, we need to try and take them all down. They include this little electric barrier here at the very beginning, generated by this purple tuning fork-looking thing. Okay, we've taken that out. There's also a little hatch up there where foot soldiers are spawning from. We would like to get rid of that as well. And a couple of turrets right along the middle of the machine. I find it best to use boomerangs for this part. It's a good way to take out both of these turrets at once. But to damage the Technodrome Guardian itself, we have to attack the eye. We'll get to that in just a moment. Yeah, I'm getting sick of looking at you. Okay, well that's not on screen anymore, so we'll just attack the eye a bit. This can be a pretty tricky boss if you're not ready for it. Special weapons definitely help out here. And there we go! So we hop into the Technodrome, and that's it. We're headed on to the final area. You are great! This is the final battle. You have my undying support. As soon as we arrive on the Technodrome, we're immediately attacked by enemies. So quickly jump out of the way and get down this ladder, and hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to get our bearings here. Okay, now that we're not being attacked, radar is not working, so I am lost. Okay, first of all, holy crap, talking radar! Second of all, it's talking in third person, then in first person. Make up your mind! Anyway, yeah, like April said, this is the last fight, because we're on the last level, and trust me, for a last level, this is one of the most difficult I can think of. We're going to be encountering a lot of difficult enemies on board the Technodrome. Mainly those jetpack guys that we just saw. Shooting the lasers like that, they hit like a truck, and they take a ton of damage in order to bring down. Without special weapons, this level is a nightmare. Even for Donatello, he would have a hard time with this. We have a ladder that goes up here, but we're actually going to take the lower path where that whole pizza was. The upper path has more pizzas that you can collect, and more ninja scrolls, in fact. But the path is longer, and you'll be facing more of those really tough enemies along the way, so kind of a gamble going that way. Not that the lower path is much better. Anyway, for one last time, pizza time! I like leading the way with boomerangs, since you can keep reusing them, and it kind of keeps you safe moving forward. Anyway, heading down here, the whole floor is lined with spikes, so you have to precision platform your way across here. Joy. I've already explained that the precision platforming in this game is rather lacking due to the turtles constantly pushing forward as they jump, combined with the floaty physics. But more than that, you're pretty much forced to take damage because these platforms are too far apart. You can't actually land on them with any sort of precision. So, that's good design. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the design of this particular part of the level. So, get down there, take your forced damage, fall down and try and land on the spikes. They don't do as much damage. But yeah, you're guaranteed to get hit at least 3 times as you're going through that part there. Boy, whatever is in this direction, it better be worth it. I mean, I passed up an opportunity to get more pizza and ninja scrolls, and for what? It's Donatello! Oh my gosh, we finally found him! For the first time in this playthrough, we can finally add him to our team, and hey, wait a minute, something's not right here. What happens every time we find one of our captured comrades? We wind up getting attacked by a boss. Look back to April and Splinter. Yeah, we're not falling for that trick. You can't fool me, Shredder. That's probably not even the real Donatello anyway. Probably just Mecha Turtle in disguise. So let's make our way back up. Probably be a good idea to switch to Raph right now. Yeah, as I thought. You never know when you might run into one of those guys, so be careful. I mean, you saw it right there. They take 2 ninja scrolls in order to bring down. Most enemies will go down in just 1. Oh boy, Leo would sure like to have that whole pizza up there, I'm quite sure, but alas, if you took the other path, you would be able to get to that. But that's only if you get past the enemies and don't get knocked down any holes. Anyway, I love this next part coming up. Oh, awesome! As long as the enemy set doesn't change on you, you shouldn't have too much issue getting through this room. Mainly just boomerang guys and flies. Alright, looks like the enemy set is cooperating. So that's good. Gonna go ahead and switch to Mike for this next thing. Boomerangs are usually a good idea for taking out that turret there. And here's a Mr. Invincibility, which is very handy for this next room because, yeah, there's a lot of things in here that would cause a lot of trouble. And that brings us to what is probably the most difficult room in the game. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a thing. So, here's the deal. This room is constantly alternating between these jetpack guys and these robotic flies. So, duck under the laser guys, move forward and shoot the flies as you're walking with your special weapon, whatever you happen to have. Ninja scrolls are ideal. Ow. And try to avoid getting hit too much like that. Eventually, oh, you're not supposed to do that. Oi. Anyway, we finally come to this last part of the room. It gets very narrow. Shoot the fly as it comes forward, then duck under the laser, and the jetpack guy should fly back where he came from, and you shouldn't need to contend with him any further than that. This room does require a good bit of patience, so just kind of hang back. Just wait for them to move back and then move forward, and you shouldn't have too much of an issue getting through that. Alright, one last enemy that we need to get past. And of course it would be a jetpack guy. What are you doing up there? Okay, I guess he's gonna play hardball, so get rid of him. I wanted to finish him with those triple stars, but I guess he had other plans. Anyway, with all that out of the way, all that's left now is to take on Shredder himself. So I figured I'd pull out Michelangelo for this, because, hey, why not? So here's the thing with Shredder. I will give him this. He makes one heck of an entrance. But short of that, this boss fight is kind of a joke. Also, you revert to red no matter who you're playing as to simulate the classic Turtles feel. But look at this. Shredder is a boss that takes knockback damage. No other boss in this game takes knockback. Why did they decide that this was a good idea for Shredder? I don't understand it. This makes him way too easy. He's pretty much stun-locked at this point. I could just keep doing this until he's down. But I figure I'll let him jump up here and so we can see the other attacks that he can do. Basically, he can shoot this little mutagen gun that, if you're hit by the ray, it instant kills you because you'll be turned back into a normal turtle. And so that's probably something you want to avoid. And aside that, and slashing at you with a huge hitbox, he doesn't really do much. I guess they didn't expect that players would make it this far. I mean, here I am pushing him around like a schoolyard bully. Next thing, I'm going to be taking his lunch money. You are a pathetic boss, Shredder. I hope you die in a fire. Oh. Well, careful what you wish for, I guess. Oh, wait, the exit's that way. I didn't do that, by the way. That was the computer that walked in the wrong direction, then turned around and jumped out. You defeated Shredder and saved the world. Now, I can turn back to human form. Oh yeah, little plot point that was never mentioned in the game. You use the mutagen gun to turn Splinter back to normal. Thanks! You guys have excelled my skills! Oh! Splinter is back to his real form! Yes, now let's get your portrait back into its real form. You guys are great! Thanks for your help! Let's celebrate with a pizza! The adventure of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is concluded. Yeah, no end credits or anything, the game just sort of ends on that note and it kicks you back to the title screen. So, that is the end. That is Ninja Turtles NES. Final thoughts on the game. Is it good? Is it worth playing? The answer is no to both. I fully acknowledge that this game has a lot of faults to it. The level design is not very good, and there's plenty of examples of that. The dam level, the spiked walls that close in on you, that part in the Technodrome where you're having to walk across spikes and you're forced to take damage. This game has some pretty incompetent level design, I have to say. Add to that the random sets of enemies that you can encounter early in the game. They could really wreck your turtles very early on and screw you over moving forward. It's a nice idea, but I don't feel like it was very well executed in this game. Still, despite its faults, there is a certain nostalgic value of this game to me. I really like the graphic style and the music of this game, and generally, this is just a game that I really enjoy playing. I know it's not very good. I will personally score this game a 3 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend checking this out unless you're a Ninja Turtles fan or particularly curious about it, but otherwise I would say just stick to the beat-em-up games. But with that, we are done here, so thank you very much for watching. This is The Red. See you next game. Hello? Is anyone coming back for me?
Shutdown sequence initiated.